Hi, this is Dirk with Remodel AI, and I'm here with another user request. This came in from Amanda, and she would like some help remodeling her kitchen. She wants some major changes, so she wants to remove this wall and change this into kind of an island or maybe a peninsula. And then obviously we need to move the appliances over here because you can't have a refrigerator in the middle of an island that's sticking up in the middle of the room. And then she wants to finally remodel the entire kitchen into this style. Using this as an inspiration photo. So I'm going to show you how to go about doing some of those things in the app. I'm going to switch over to the app. Briefly, I'm on my iPad emulator here, so your layout and app on the phone may look slightly differently, but it's the same app. This is the app that you download from the Play Store and the App Store. And this is the home screen. You've got a whole bunch of different tools. I'm going to use the interior editor here because we're going to be doing a lot of different edits. So I'm going to load her photo from my Google Drive. There we go. And I'm actually going to do the structural changes first, and then once we have that right, we're going to do a full remodel. So the way we're going to go about doing that is I'm going to use the Replace tool. And the Replace tool basically allows you to replace the area of an image with a certain thing. So I'm going to get rid of this entire area which separates the two rooms. I'm going to keep that wall actually. And I'm going to keep this floor here so it knows that the island has to end at least there. So the AI is only allowed to change the pixels that I cover. So by doing this, and you usually want to be pretty generous with your mask sizing. So you can go well over. You don't need to have it be exactly on the line. So I'm going to have it change all of that. So it's keeping this wall, it's keeping this floor here, but it's going to replace all of this. I'm going to get rid of some of the reflections there. It's getting rid of all this wall up here that separates the two rooms. And then the next step is, what do you want to replace it with? Well, this describes the image that we want. So I'm going to say something like a kitchen with an island. You could get a lot more descriptive, but we're not looking for a specific style right now. We're just looking for the right structure of the room. Because we're going to do a remodel once we're done moving things around. So that's not really an island. That's a nice cleaned up kitchen, but not really correct. That's more what I would expect, but I don't love any of these, so let's just hit generate again. And this is something you can do. You can just keep hitting generate again and again and again. You can start, if you're not getting decent results after a few generations, you can go back and change the mask to give it less or more of a mask. You can change the prompt. You can experiment with a lot of different things until you get something closer to what you like. You don't need a perfect image because, again, you can repeat this process. So you could save an image and then say, that's pretty decent, but it kind of messed up this wall back there. I like that, but I don't know if the other kitchen makes a lot of sense. So let's go back and modify this mask a little bit, and I'm going to erase a certain areas. So say you got to keep this countertop here, maybe some of these drawers here, so you're not allowed to change those drawers. I don't want the towels on the oven, but that would force it to keep that area. And then I'm going to say keep this wall here. Pretty tall wall. And then let's start with the same prompt and then say open kitchen peninsula. So we're adding a lot there. And again, what the AI is trying to do is trying to create an image that matches this description, but it's only allowed to change the area of the image that we specified. So that's how you can kind of play with those variables to get the effect that you want. That's decent. That's okay. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, obviously, it's making up things because it doesn't know what's on the other side of this wall. And so it's completely making up different things. But this is kind of the direction we're kind of wanting to go structurally. Again, not necessarily stylistically. So I'm going to actually accept this one because structurally it's kind of what we want. And I'm going to repeat this and say, well, let's change this. I don't want that wall there. I don't want any of this there. So let's see if we can get it to produce something better here. Get rid of that. But I do like how it's done this island. So you can repeat this replace step over and over until you get something more like what you want. Okay, so now we've got kind of that area. Let's do the same process. See if we can get something that just looks a little bit more in the direction we want to go. Kind of put the other part of the kitchen back there. I'm going to hit generate again to see if we get something a little bit better. That makes more sense because now you have kind of a dining room area back there. And now it's cleaned up this and it's put some lights here. So let's go with that. I like that. So we still got a lot of work to do. Now, again, the styles don't match here. This doesn't make a lot of sense, but it doesn't matter yet. We are going to now replace and move some appliances over here. So I don't know where you want these appliances to live, but what I would do is something like this. Say, let's replace this area. And let's put, now make sure you give it plenty of area to work with. I would say something like a full-size counter depth refrigerator. There, good enough. Okay, so that's not perfect. It actually is facing the other direction, but good enough for now. And then you could probably make some more edits, like you could put the oven back here. You could do a whole bunch of changes, but structurally this is fine. So at this point what I would do is I would go to your full remodel. Now let me just show you what a full remodel does. So full remodel is going to match the existing structure. That's why we did the structural changes first, but it's going to show you a different style. So in this case it's just using a preset style, modern. I can also use the custom style to type in a prompt again if you wanted something more specific, blue cabinets, white oak floors, things like that. You can be very descriptive. And that's actually nice because now it's done panel ready fridge that matches your cabinets, which is super high end. I don't know if you want to spend that much money. Panel ready fridges are very expensive, but you can see before and after. This is why we wanted to get the structure right, because now we're remodeling. So you wanted to use a specific image for your style. So did I download that image? I thought I did, but I don't see it. I did not. Let me go on the other screen real quick and download it again and see if I can. Oh, no, it's just right there. It's in front of me. So this inspiration photo is not a full kitchen photo. So it's probably going to pull the elements that it can from that inspiration photo. For example, the green cabinets and the black countertops and the wood accents and maybe the wood shelves. But there's no example of a refrigerator in there. There's no lighting. There's no things like that. So it's probably going to still make up many of those elements. It may pull the floor. You see in the inspiration photo there is a checkerboard floor, tile checkerboard floor. So we'll see. But basically it's going to pull the elements that it can from this inspiration photo, but try to match the structure of this kitchen. So here you can see it did not pull the floor. It did pull the cabinets and the wood accents. It made up, okay, this is a stainless fridge. And it put, some organization, open cabinets, because that's what the style image had, was open cabinets, really shelves, I guess. But a very close adaptation to what it ended up being. It did not copy this floor. Here there's a checkerboard floor. But again, you can just sit here and play with this all day and hit generate again and again and again until you kind of get something that you want. It doesn't need to be perfect on the first go. You can experiment as much as you want with AI. That's one of the fun parts. So I'll just hit generate one more time to see if it gives us different images. The AI with a style image generally takes pretty long. This is a very computationally intensive AI process, so this process can take quite a while. That one's really good. Now again, it's making up stuff for over here because the AI did not know what's over here. I really like that one. So you have to kind of use your imagination because obviously it's going to make up stuff over here. So I'm going to go back. I think my favorite one was this one. So you can always go back and forth for your different generations, but I'm going to accept that one. So now I'm going to show you the full transformation, and I'm going to show you one last step to do. This is where we started. We changed that to a kind of an island or peninsula. It kind of messed up a couple things, so we repeated the process on a smaller area and got a better background. And then we got rid of this wall and just turned it into a true island. And then we put in this fridge over here, which is facing a weird direction. But again, you could experiment more and probably get a better result. And then we did a full remodel using your inspiration photo. And it pulled basically the cabinets, the wood accents, the wood countertops, the black countertop, and the open cabinets, shelves for storing your plates and things. And then the last step I would do is when you're happy with something and you want to save it for an inspiration photo, one of the things you can do is you can go in here and upscale it. So I'm going to click on Creative Upscaler. You can type in a prompt to guide it. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to say I want a really big image. The strength controls how creative the upscaler can be in making changes. The reason that's there is because when it's upscaling, it's actually adding details that don't exist. And so you give it some freedom to say how much can you change about this image. So the more the strength is, the more your image will change, the less it'll just be basically a high resolution image. So there's always a balance of finding really good results. I don't love that because it changed the cabinet color. So we gave it a little bit too much strength. So let's go back here and say 0.60 and see if it does a better job. And I really like that. So that's an upscaled photo. So full transformation here to here, replace, use the fridge, then we did the full remodel, and then we finally upscaled the final result. So I will post this on the forums. Thank you for submitting your picture, and hopefully this helps explain the process on how you can go about getting your own results. And let me know if you need any more help. Thank you.